Thank you everyone for coming. I know that we're competing with LinkedIn, but really we're just all on the same page. So thank you, I appreciate you coming. This is about TikTok Go. And before we start, how many of you are on TikTok? Okay, and how many of you are on TikTok Go? Okay, well, so we have a couple. So the rest of you, this is going to be the information for you, and hopefully to help those of you who are on TikTok Go to grow and flourish. So I am just going to do the normal introduction of who I am. You're probably like, who is this girl standing up here and why is she talking to us about TikTok Go? So my name is Maureen, and I am a family travel content creator. My handle is MommyMoAdventures, and I create family travel creations. We do a lot of outdoor adventures, and I do a lot of just mom on a mission posts. My niche is actually to show the actual real life travel. I don't do overly curated. I do a lot of hacks. I do a lot of budget friendly, like the things that families want to see in real life. So that's more of what I'm posting. I don't do a lot of filters or Instagram worthy stuff. I'm mostly fixated on how you can travel with your family on a budget. But TikTok Go is for everyone. This is just my personal niche and how I'm using it. I'm based in Arizona, even though I lived my entire adult life overseas. We just moved back 3.5 years ago, and now we're in Arizona. And like I said, I like to focus on budget-conscious family travel and turning travel into income. And I feel like that's why we're all here mainly, is because we want the money, right? We need the money. We're not just posting for fun. And so I have learned how to make TikTok Go work for me, and my goal today is to show you how it can work for you. Just real quick, a history lesson in case we're all wondering about TikTok. So right now on TikTok, because of TikTok Go, people are not just watching travel videos. They're actually booking from them. TikTok Go started last August, like end of July, August, so it's fairly new. It's not even a year old, but already people are selling like crazy. We're booking, we're making a really good amount of money, and so the platform is there and it's already starting to work. There are over 170 million users, active users in the US alone. 68% of Gen Z and millennials say that TikTok actually influences their travel purchases. And they are estimating a $15 billion commerce in TikTok Go alone for this year. So that's a huge piece of the pie that a lot of creators are not getting. Okay, so for those of you who do not know what TikTok Go is, I'm going to give you a small pitch and a large pitch. My elevator pitch is TikTok Go is TikTok Shop for travel. So basically, we kind of all know what TikTok Shop is. You buy something from TikTok Shop, an item, it gets delivered to your house, and that's it. You're buying from TikTok. So TikTok Go is the same idea, except for you're not buying an item, you're buying an experience. You book your hotel, you book tours, you can book Disneyland tickets, Universal tickets, anything that's on the third-party websites that they're connected to, that's what you can book on TikTok Go. So, like I just mentioned, they have direct links right to the hotels, right to the experiences from TikTok. So as a user, you never leave the platform. You're booking everything inside the platform, even though you're booking with third parties. You're booking with Expedia or Booking.com or Trip.com or Viator, but it's all done inside the app. So that is, in a nutshell, what TikTok Go is. So now, how will it work for you? So this is a easy 4-step version of how creators are making money on TikTok. And number one, the first step, you have to join TikTok. You can travel all you want. You can have all the beautiful viral videos, but if you're not on TikTok Go, you will not make any money. So in order to be on TikTok Go right now, because it is fairly new, it is invite only. You need to have 1,000 followers and a travel niche. So if you post 1 or 2 travel videos and call yourself a travel content creator, they're not going to invite you because they want to see that you're consistently posting travel content. There is a way to get in without that, and I will talk about that at the end. But that is basically how you join TikTok Go. Step number 2, you link your bookable content. So as you know, inside TikTok, you can link a location. So I'm here, I'm in Salt Lake City. I link Salt Lake City as my location. Guess what? You just linked a bookable link. Someone can book from that link because there's tours in here, there's hotels, there's tons of stuff to be done here. And if someone books an experience or a hotel from your link, you just earned a commission. So that's how simple it is. You just link the location of wherever you're wanting to promote. And then step 3 is you earn the money. So like I just said, if someone books that, you earn your commission. And it's a whole system inside, but it's very easy. You see exactly when someone books, for how much they've booked it. You don't see who's actually booked it because of confidentiality, but you get all the information about that booking. And then step 4, I just put repeat because if you want to make more money, you need to make more videos, and that's how you make more commission, is just by repeating the process. Okay, I wanted to give you some ideas of what kind of content works well with TikTok Go. Because an important thing to remember is that when you enter TikTok Go, we are still creators, but we're also now selling a product. So we're in the mindset of sellers. So the 6, real quickly, the 6 types of content that work really well on TikTok Go, and I've analyzed all the stats of a bunch of creators and my own, is first of all, room tours. So this is what I do at every hotel I stay at now. I do a room tour. I show the viewers exactly what they want to see, and those get crazy bookings because if you search in TikTok, Marriott, Salt Lake City, if you've done a room tour, you will be up on there, and they'll see it, and then they can book from you. And people want to see what the room looks like. And just a crazy fun fact is that your video outperforms static shots by 3 times. So if you're just doing pictures of the hotel, the ones that have the actual video footages are selling a lot more than just the photos. The next type of content is itinerary breakdowns. And these are fantastic for anyone because people, first of all, want to see what you can do and for how much. So if you break down the itinerary, they work really well, not only for sales, but for saves and for shares, and then that helps grow your account because people love that kind of content. So for example, we did a fall trip to the East Coast, and we spent our last 3 days in New York City. And so I was doing an itinerary for each day, and my last day, we let my daughter choose what she wanted to do. So she had to research and find things to do in New York that we would go to. So I did a video, it went crazy. And people kept asking me, how much was this? How much was that? So I did another video and broke down how much we spent, and that one did really well with bookings. People like prices. They want to know how much things are. The third type of content is honest reviews. And I always say this, you'll see those like bot creators that are just saying that everything's fantastic, right? And those will not sell. So if you give an honest review of something that you did, people will trust you and you earn their trust, and then you will get bookings. So for example, we did a whale watching tour in Maui, and I had so many questions about, was it worth it? Because people want, they're not the cheapest tour. And so then I did a follow-up video on, was it worth it? And I spelled down the price and everything that we got, and that made crazy sales just from that because people want to know exactly what you're getting for your money. Next is kind of what I like to call experience unboxings. So if any of you have seen the TikTok shop videos where they get a product and they unbox it and show exactly, this is what I like to call experience unboxings. So you're showing the experience at the time, kind of like unboxing it. So I actually, I did Antelope Canyon, which is in northern Arizona, and it's a hike you can only do by tour. And so I did kind of like my first POV point of view from the tour as an unboxing, and then I like played the thunderstruck music behind it and said I was thunderstruck. And oh my goodness, I got so many bookings from that because people saw what it was like from the moment I like entered into every step of the tour. Next, we have kind of similar with the breakdowns, but price comparisons. So again, anytime that you mention a price and how much they are going to save, you are golden on TikTok Go. Because right now, because TikTok is so new, TikTok Go is pushing deals. So for summer, for example, if you booked a hotel through TikTok Go, you got 50% cash back. So if you booked for $300, you got $150 back. So I made a video on how you can stay at an Arizona, like one of our famous resorts, for under $100 with this promotion, and it did really, really well. So if you can combine price comparisons with deals, people are looking for that kind of stuff on TikTok Go. And then my last one is just a hack. I'm doing family travel hack, but if you're a couple travel, if you're a solo travel, we all know people love hacks. They just want to know like how you can do something for less or in a different way. So for this one, I actually, again, TikTok had a special deal on Universal Studios. You buy one ticket and then you get one free. That was actually a deal through Universal, but then TikTok went above and beyond and put like 25% off. So the tickets were under $50 a person, and then you got like the free day. So I did a video on why we went to Universal instead of Disneyland this year for summer, and again, people love the price. People love when it's less expensive. So those are all types of content that when you go into TikTok Go, you have to have a little bit more of a mindset of how can I sell this? What's gonna make this content sell compared to just posting a fun video on Instagram? And I just wanted to quickly, this will be quick, but I wanted to give you my integration strategy. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the 70-20-10 rule of content. So for TikTok Go, I changed it up and kind of like played with it, what works well for my content. And I moved it to the 40-40-20. So pure storytelling and entertainment is 40% of my videos. Practical travel tips with soft booking tags, 40%, and then 20% are the direct bookings. Those are like, there's a sale right now, and this is what you can get. So I kind of integrated all of that, and I just wanted to give you really quick some examples. By the way, even my pure storytelling has a very soft hook. It might say like, book here, or 10% off, but I'm not saying anything. I'm just doing a kind of a soft one. So this was an example. Whoops. For your family's next trip to Zion National Park. Number 1, arrive right. Okay. So can you see that? Okay, so this was a fun trend that they had in Japan where they sped up music and they were doing tours of like campuses. So we stayed at the domes that were in Bryce Canyon. And so my daughter she's obsessed with Glinda, from Wicked. So she did this version of the Glinda sped up with a dome tour. And it went so viral, and people were just like, even the company used it, paid me and used it as advertising. So like things like that. And if you see at the bottom, that was my soft kind of sell. I said $90 off. And I didn't mention anything. So that was an example of just pure entertainment. The next one is my tips. So I'm not gonna play it out the whole thing, it's kind of long, but I did 10 tips on visiting Zion with your family. And one of the tips, I said, take a Jeep tour, right? So I booked that. That was my sell. I was taking the Jeep tour, but the other 9 tips were just how to survive in Zion or how to enjoy Zion. So that was another example of it's a practical content. And those, for me, those kinds of content get shared like crazy. Anytime you're saying like 10 tips, 7 tips, 5 tips, people love tips. And then my last one is an example of a direct booking. So as you can see, it's right in your face that you get $200 off. The whole video is about that. And it's really short, but that is part of my direct booking focus. So when you integrate all of those types of content, you're showing your viewers that not only that you have range, but you're not just going to spam them with the direct selling all the time, because no one wants to see that all the time, right? You still want to give valuable content to your page, because just like I mentioned in the insights, you don't ever want to become just a booking agent, unless you are a booking. If you're a travel agent, that's perfect for you. But if you're a content creator, you also want to keep all your options open. TikTok is a small part of your overall content strategy. So you want to make sure that you keep everything open. Oh, my last one, I forgot to mention. All these videos were from the same trip. So when you're on a trip, and I think a lot of people know this, but especially with TikTok Go, you can repurpose content into different scenarios. So like, I'll probably have 100 videos just from one trip that I've repurposed for different areas. A common mistakes that I just wanted to go over real quick, because I see this happening a lot with newer content creators who are in TikTok Go. Mistake number 1 is linking before you understand the product. So let's say you walked through a hotel lobby, you take a video and you link, oh, here's the Hyatt Regency, right? You're going to have a very low chance of selling or booking from that, because people knew that you just walked through the lobby and you didn't really experience it. So that is one mistake that people make. And randomly, you might get a booking from it here and there, but overall, it's not a good strategy. Mistake number 2, chasing views instead of intent. So the crazy thing about TikTok Go is that you don't have to have viral videos to make money. I've made money off of a video with like 200 views, because it's not about how many people see it, it's about who sees it. So you really need to make sure that you're showing it to the right people. Mistake number 3, ignoring the call to action. So again, if you only post informational content and don't say that there's a click to action or that you can book for this video, people won't know. Like, how many of you in this room today knew that you could book a hotel through the video? How many did not know, let's just say, right? Even when I have a voiceover on my videos and I'm saying, click the green location link above my name, people will be like, where do I book? Like, that's the first comment. And people just aren't used to it because it's new. So not mentioning it is a big mistake. Mistake number 4, one and done. I kind of just mentioned this, but like, take lots of content from different places so you can repost and make different content with that. And then mistake number 5 is a new mistake, because TikTok Go has a commission structure that kind of changed. So from the beginning, it was always you made 5% of the commission. Now some are like 4%, depending on the vendor. So before I'm posting, I'm always looking at how much they're going to pay me, right? Because if someone's not going to pay me enough, then I'm probably not going to make content for them. So for example, you can have a $1,200 resort at 3%, and your commission is going to be $36. Whereas at the same resort with a different partner at 5%, you get $60 from that commission. So it's always a good thing to, before you think of who you're going to post about, you look at their commission rates. Most are 5%, but there's a couple who have gone down, so I always like to look. All right, let's talk about money because that's what is on our minds. So the earning potential as a TikTok Go creator, how much money can you make? Okay, so this is on a monthly basis. TikTok has broken it down into levels, level 0 to level 4. So depending on how many bookings you're making through your videos, this is how much you can make through 1 month. So if you're a level 4 content creator, you will be making a guaranteed $7,000 a month from your commissions. Now, most people are somewhere in between, right? So either, let's say you had 3 bookings that month, you're gonna be somewhere probably in level 1. So it also depends on how many people are booking from your links. But that is just one aspect of TikTok Go, is the commissions. And I just wanted to mention, you can also be like a passive poster on TikTok, right? And you can get passive income, and that can be commission. You don't have to do all the other stuff that TikTok wants you to do. If you want to just say, you know what, I'm gonna post a video, I'm gonna put my little link and see what happens, you can do that. And if you get bookings, you do. If not, you're not. It's totally up to you. How much effort you put into it is on your, how much you can put into it, right? Because on top of the commissions, TikTok Go has challenges that you can enter. They have leaderboards. They have all these little blitz challenges that you can also join to make money on top of that. So like if you are on the top of challenges, you can make an additional like 1,000, 2,000, 800, 500 a month. And that's on top of your commissions. So that is the earnings potential. And I always look at it as like, this for me is a small part of the overall picture. And I'm still interested in doing brand deals. I'm still interested in doing, you know, all these other things. But this is one way that you can look at, I'm already going to post on TikTok, right? So why not try to make some extra passive money? Okay, I put together a little mini study from my account, from my sales. I wanted to show you the difference between low-end locations and high-end locations. So, for example, let me just, oops. Okay, this is a video that I posted on May 7th. It's a very quick, trendy music video. I think it took me like 3 minutes to make, not even that. It was so fast. I got 755,000 views, 23 bookings, and this is just in the past month. And I made $492.80 from this video. Hardly any effort whatsoever, okay? Because I had gone there a long time ago and I just made a quick video because there was a sale on that. Now, compared to a high-end location. So this video, I posted on August 3rd, and it is over a minute with a voiceover. So this took me a little bit longer to make. It only received 53,000 views compared to the 755,000, but I only got 3 bookings. But out of those 3 bookings, my commission was almost as much as it was from the 23 bookings because this was a Hawaii resort that was more expensive. So I made $472 from just 3 bookings compared to $492 for, for the low end. So you can see that the mindset of what you need to think about. Do I want to try to get a bunch of bookings from low ends? Is that my target audience? Is my target audience high end, knowing I might only get a couple bookings per month, but they could be bigger? So those are kind of things that you need to think about when you're posting your videos. Or do I want to do a mix? Like I do a mix. I do low ends, I do high ends, and I'm doing all in between. And I just wanted to show you this because this is interesting. People always think on TikTok, when you have viral videos, you make crazy money. And that's 100% not true. This video here, I posted last November 8th. It was a seasonal video. I got 23.4 million views. Whoops, sorry. If you're planning a trip to Maui, I have 3 words. But I only got 5 bookings. And that's in total. That's not this month. That was in total for the whole time. So yeah, this video went viral. So many people saw it, but no one booked from it. Oops. Which goes to show that if you don't have a video that's targeting booking, you can do amazing with a video, but you're not going to make money. So that's another thing to think about is, are you here on TikTok Go to make commissions, or are you here to grow your account? Those are two separate things with TikTok Go. The last thing I want to talk about, because this is something that's become a big part of TikTok Go, is agencies. So just as with TikTok Shop, now TikTok Go has agencies, and agencies come along and they are there to help you grow and help you get hotel rooms, get stays, get brand deals. And it's a bit of a competition at this point. Agencies are coming and going. So if you do join TikTok Go, or when you join TikTok Go, let me say, this is going to be something that you need to be thinking of because it's a big part of the program. So what does an agency do? An agency comes along and they connects the traveler with a venue. So like you get a free stay, you get a free experience, you go to places, they set up campaigns. So for example, my agency is called Be More, and I have had like 3 or 4 free stays, and I've had some experiences, and then they also set up kind of like creator meets. So we had one at the Vegas Bellagio. We just had a TikTok Go huge event in Los Angeles, and they provided some of the entertainment there. So TikTok Go's agencies are a big part, and they can really help you, but you have to make sure that they're helping you and you're not helping them. Like, you need to know what you're in for it. So make sure that you think wisely about that. And honestly, there are so many creators that you can ask and get help, with this. I've had so many people reach out to me and say, hey, do you know this agency? They're reaching out to me. What do you think? And then I'll, give them my advice or opinion. So, yeah. So yes, that's the thing with agencies. You have 6 months of exclusivity with them. And then after the 6 months, you can switch to someone else. But they don't want you like hopping from one to the other, because they are giving you benefits. Like, I put a thing here. Yeah, so we've stayed at like Universal Studios Hotel. We've stayed at a Disneyland hotel. The Bellagio, I went to their Bellagio event. They're actually paid for my hotel for this whole time that I'm here. So they do have great, great benefits. You just have to make sure that you're choosing wisely. And again, that's like something that you can ask other TikTok Go creators, because the TikTok Go creator community, it's small enough that it feels like a family. Like Mary here, I met her through TikTok Go, and we're like besties. So yeah, you have this community and you feel like you're all in it in the same thing, so you can kind of bounce ideas off each other.
Is the exclusivity only to TikTok? What if you're on both platforms like that?
So TikTok, the agency, they work with TikTok, but not for TikTok. So TikTok does not get involved when it comes to the agencies. They're there for you as a creator, but they're not the one giving you like the free stays and the this and the that. So they kind of separate themselves from it. Yeah, it's just the agencies. So I just wanted to leave some lasting thoughts for you to chew on as you leave, is if TikTok Go is right for you. Because as I mentioned, yes, I'm in TikTok Go and I'm on the TikTok Go creator team, but I'm also my own brand. I'm not like, I'm only TikTok, I also am on Instagram, I'm on YouTube, and I am myself. And as creators, sometimes you need to put yourself first, right? You want to work with a brand, you want to work with other platforms, and that's something that we need to think of as you're joining TikTok Go. So TikTok Go for you is a good fit if you already post travel content consistently. Then it's a no-brainer. It's really easy to assimilate. If your audience engages, saves, shares, and not just views. So if you have a really good audience, and by the way, if you don't, you can grow that. Like there's a way to grow good audiences. Then TikTok Go can be good for you. If you feature specific bookable travel products, hotels, tours, experiences, theme parks, all of those things can be found on TikTok Go, and coming soon restaurants. They're supposed to launch restaurants next month. So that's another experience that we can get commission off of. If you are comfortable selling, so for me, this was probably the one thing that was hardest for me joining TikTok Go, because I had this mind, like, as a creator, I didn't want to sell. Like, it's a hard sell sometimes. I wanted to show the beautiful places that we went, and I wanted the brand deals, but I didn't want to sell. So changing my mindset into selling was it took a little bit, but then as you see the commissions rolling in, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can sell. It's no problem. It's a good fit if you want revenue that scales with content and not just time. I will tell you my best-selling video of all time I filmed last November. It was a room tour of the Venetian in Vegas, and every month consistently I get about 10 sales from that video. And so that I filmed that last year. So that is a good passive income. And a lot of creators have great videos that they're earning passive every month just from that video. So even though it's new, after time and it builds up, as people save it, because like I mentioned, travel, we all know this. You save something for later. You know, you're thinking of your summer trip. So you see a video in November, oh, I want to go there next summer. You save it and then you go back. And that's what we're seeing on TikTok Go. People are doing that. They're saving your videos and then booking from you months later. And then another good fit is if you're willing to track conversion data, because a big part of it is TikTok Go gives you all the analytics. You see exactly what's selling every month. You see your click-through rates. You see they give you crazy stats. And if you're willing to track that, you can do really well and apply it to new videos. I will say you should probably reconsider or think twice about joining if your content is aspirational but not bookable. Because TikTok Go, the whole point of it is to book and to make commission. So if you don't have bookable content, then you might want to think twice and maybe just stick to Instagram or YouTube. You should also reconsider if you are only wanting to work heavily with brands. So there are brands, as we probably all know, that when you work with them, you have exclusivity and they don't want you promoting anywhere else. So if that is you and you only want this kind of brand deals, then probably TikTok Go will not be the good fit for you. And then again, if you're not willing to sell, because a big part of TikTok Go is selling your content. There's so many ways to sell. You don't have to be the hard seller, but you do have to at least sell a little bit. And my last thought, and I was thinking about this last night, is know your worth, okay? As content creators, you need to know that you have worth. They need us, right? TikTok Go without creators, TikTok without creators, Instagram without creators, it's nothing. So you need to go in there thinking that, you know what, I am valuable, and you need to learn how to make TikTok work for you, not you work for TikTok. There are challenges where they'll say, post 20 videos for like $30, let's say. I'm just making this up. But that's like $1.50 a video, right? Or like not even. And no, we are worth way more than that. So you need to choose what you're willing to do. And just know that you're more worth what sometimes we look at ourselves, right? It's hard to sometimes not sell out, but it will be, in the long run, so much better. I will tell you that part of TikTok Go, for me in the beginning, because it was so new, I was trying to post so much, and my mental health was just like deteriorating because I'm just like trying to post. And they have leaderboards where if you post a lot of posts, you can get money. And those kinds of things I learned in the long run do me no good, because I value my content and my mental health way more than earning $20 extra. So now I focus more on producing good content that is going to, over a long run, continue to get me passive income. So that is my final thoughts, and I just wanted to open up to any questions about anything at all. Yeah.
I'm on TikTok Go, but I've noticed that it looks like what I can link to is like location box to my immediate area. Like, so we went to this cool hotel in Peru, and I did a voiceover for it, and then I tried to link it, but it wasn't available. Do you know if TikTok Go is like geolocation?
Yes, so right now TikTok Go is only available, I should have mentioned this, I forgot, in the US, Mexico, and Canada. So you can only book within there. Also, if you are outside of the US, you cannot book. So it's only US accounts at the moment. And they keep saying they're rolling out Japan. It's been like a couple months. I know their goal is eventually everywhere. But right now, because it's so new, it's only the US, Mexico, and Canada. Yeah, you don't have to have an agency. Like, there's a lot of creators who don't. So the agencies have really nothing to do with you on TikTok as a creator. They're kind of separate from that. So yeah, you don't have to have an agency.
Does your revenue share change if you do?
No, nothing. Nothing changes. And you don't pay to be in an agency. I know they get perks from TikTok, the platform, but like for us as creators, nothing changes.
So for the perks from TikTok, how do you disclose your relationship with the agency? Content.
You don't.
Okay.
You don't ever, like, I don't think anyone besides me and other creators who are in my agency know that I'm with an agency.
Even for like comp stays?
No, no one knows. Because ultimately, their goal is also to make revenue. Because I'm not 100%, so don't quote me this, but they get a percent from TikTok from bookings of the creator. So like our commission never changes. We get them out, but they get a small amount. So like if they are promoting, they send you to the Hyatt Regency. You stay there, you get a booking from that. They do get a small percent from the booking platform, but our commission never changes. So we don't have to disclose that they sent us there.
There's no like gifted?
No, it's not like TikTok Shop. No, you don't have to disclose that. Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
TikTok Go, I've been since the beginning. So like they started the end of July. I was like one of the batch people that they kind of tested on. And so I've seen it grow from like merely hundreds to, I think, what did they say? Do you remember? Do you know how many are on there now? I mean, hundreds of thousands. I know that. Yeah.
How much do you post every day, month, or year, or week, or whatever?
So my posting varies. I try to post at least twice a day. But like now it's summer, so I'm dealing with like kids at home. So I don't have time to post all the time. But I usually do twice a day, sometimes 3 if I can like push them out. There are content creators who are doing like 4, 5, 6 a day. That's for me impossible. I'll never be able to do that much. And I also made a rule for myself that I do not post on vacation. I take the content, but I don't post, because if I try to do that, I will never enjoy my vacation. So I do take that time off, and on the weekends, sometimes I don't post during the day. I always cross-post. Not always, because like the hard sells, I never post on Instagram. But like a video that is just an information or a tip, I post the exact same one on Instagram. Yeah.
How do you find an agency?
So when you join TikTok Go, they will find you, because yeah, they will come and try to get you to get on board. Yeah.
If you have videos on there for prior stuff prior to TikTok Go, did you repost the video and then link it, or how did you like maybe use old videos for that same location?
So I never deleted my old stuff. I just repurposed the videos and made new videos. Because those old videos also can, like, that's the crazy thing about TikTok. Old videos from years ago can just like pop off all of a sudden. So I never delete them, but yeah, I'll use old footage. So even if you're not planning a trip for like a year, you can use all your old content and create it because people don't know whether you took that trip yesterday or a year ago. Yeah.
So at this point, Instagram doesn't have something similar, is that correct?
Instagram does not have this yet, but I mean, mark my words, I feel like they will, because if they see how well this is doing, I think that's the future.
And then, so you said right now, like even if you have a U.S. account and you're in the U.S. and you post it, you can't post about, say, a hotel in Europe.
You cannot. You can post it, but you will not make any money because there's nothing to link it to. It's only, so the platforms that they work with is Booking.com, Expedia, Trip.com, and another one, Klook or something. There's a new one. I think it's Klook. I don't really know about it. But it's only for U.S. stuff. Yeah.
I know you said you can repurpose a video. Can you go back and link on an old post, or you really have to?
Yeah, you cannot. It won't let you link anything before the program started.
Another question. So like Klook or Expedia or whatever, can you like say you're promoting it for Expedia and do an Expedia post, or you're just grabbing the links from the top?
So if there's a specific deal with Expedia, so for example, they just had a 40% off hotels and they pushed that. So I will mention that because when you push the link, I wish I could show you, but you have to be on. When you click a link, it will take you to, you'll see all of them. You'll see Booking, you'll see Expedia, you'll see, and then you can compare the prices. So Expedia, you'll see that has like 40% off. So sometimes I'll say, right now there's a 40% off deal with Expedia, but I don't ever promote one or the other because some people like to book with Booking, some people prefer Expedia, and I just like let them choose as they wish.
That was going to be around my next question. Like, which companies right now are on TikTok Go? Are they, you just mentioned like Booking, Expedia, Trip, but you also mentioned like Universal. Like, what type of companies can we find there, and how does it work? I'm not there yet. But does it work like, hey, they post like we have a 40% and you apply, or like they find you? Like, I'm just curious.
Okay, so the process is, so for experiences right now, they work with Viator and Get Your Guide and, well, Klook, which I'm not really familiar with them. So how the user experience works is if I'm going to buy something, I click on the link, it will take me to the pop-up. Am I on the internet? I was thinking maybe I could connect to the internet. And then you will see your options. So let's say you want to do the Universal. So you either choose the Get Your Guide or the Viator. You click book, and it will take you through the process. You'll put in your information. You'll buy the tickets. You'll purchase right then and there.
Experience for the user, for like the person that's consuming the content.
Yes.
And for yourself as a creator, how does that work?
So as for myself, unless I'm going to book something, I don't ever really need to do anything. So if someone books from your video, then inside the back end of TikTok, like you have a special creator area, and you'll get, like, as soon as someone books, it'll pop up and it'll give you the information, like how much the booking was for, your commission. And one thing I forgot to mention is you don't get paid until after they do it. So like if they book for a hotel in August, you're not going to get that commission until August.
Or if they cancel.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one thing about it.
And I have like another question. You mentioned you work with an agency right now. Was that ever since the case in the beginning, or like have you seen like a difference? I don't know, like in effort on your end, like before you were having to like find all these deals or like experiences or things that you wanted to create content for and make it cool, versus now maybe they just come your way. I don't know.
So with my agency, there's a lot of different ways, but like each agency kind of does it their own way. My agency has things called wish lists. So you put like 10 hotels that you would like to go on your wish list, and they will try to arrange you to have a free stay. Or they have something called creator-led experiences where you choose a hotel in your area, they book it for you, and then you invite other people and creators to come and create content about that hotel so that everyone can post about it, and then you get to stay. So they do stuff like that. Other agencies do other things. And then they also have incentives, like if you level up, let's say you were a level 1 creator and then you moved up to a level 2, you can get a free stay somewhere, or each agency does different incentives.
Got it, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you pulling these links from? Is it on the back end of TikTok?
So all you have to do is actually, so when you post a video on TikTok, when you're ready to post, it'll have add location. So it's actually a location link. So you're adding the location. You can also create inside, once you're in TikTok Go, like as a creator, you can create inside the platform as well, or you can just create as a post. But yeah, it's basically just linking the location. And then it automatically links the bookable aspect to it.
At the beginning, you said it was invite only or something else?
Okay, yes, sorry about that. Okay, so if you do not have 1,000 followers, or you do and you just haven't been invited, the way around it is, one, to join an agency and they will get you in because, again, they want creators. Or you can find a creator who's in TikTok Go like myself, and then we can try to get you in that way. Like we can recommend creators if then they see that you're a travel creator. So those are the two ways that you can get in. Yeah. So if you are interested, let me know. Okay.
The agencies, are they the ones who email you, send you email?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've gotten those, but I never paid attention.
Yeah. So as soon as you get into TikTok Go, you will start receiving emails from the agencies. And even, I've been in since the beginning. I still get emails from other agencies, and I just delete them or, put them as spam, or I'll just say, hey, I'm already with an agency.
If you have one main partner that you work with on a regular, say a year or something, would you think it would be hard to get into TikTok Go?
Who, what kind of partner? Like a hotel brand?
Media or something, if you have an existing partnership.
So I would, first of all, I would ask them. So for example, Get Your Guide is one of the major ones, and they actually want you to post. They want you to be in their creator program, and they want you to post, because then you're promoting them through TikTok, and people are buying them through TikTok. So for them, they're very encouraging of it. Expedia, I have never, I think you should probably talk to them and ask them. They might not even understand the entire process. So I would first just, if you're in the Expedia program, ask them, what do you think about this? But they're booking through Expedia in the long run. So I would imagine it would be okay. Any others? Yeah.
When you're posting the video, you have to use the TikTok app to post it, right? That's where you can add the links.
Yes.
If you're if you use an automation, then it's not going to work, right?
No. So let's say you create a video in CapCut, and then it automatically takes it over to TikTok. It will still work if you put the location. You have to still always tag the location. If you don't tag the location, you don't have anything for it to book, to connect with. So you can make them in CapCut, and then it says instantly put to TikTok, but you have to make sure that you're adding the location link.
Does it matter whether you use the regular TikTok or TikTok Studio?
No, you can use both. You can do it through TikTok Studio too.
Now, when you use these links, which you get commission from, do you have to manually sign up for those programs first?
No, so you actually get paid from TikTok. TikTok is the one who's paying you. So in your monthly payout, after your month is done, they add up everything, and then they pay you one large sum. So you have nothing to do with Booking or Expedia or anything like that.
Now, when you're doing a hotel review, and I'm talking about using hotel points or anything like that, do I still get any commission if people were just to go and book those?
Yeah, of course.
There wouldn't be any conflict.
No. If people want to know how to book with points, they're probably not going to book through the link, but you can you can try. You can still do that, and people, because not everyone travels with points. So for those, they can still book through your link. Yeah. All right, I think that's it. If you have any other questions, like I'm here all week, feel free to ask me, and good luck. Thank you.